It began with a car RAPA decision I'd made on a whim after months of sketching ideas for my silver Honda CI VYC. I teamed up with a local shop to turn my bland commuter ride into something extraordinary, a fluid gradient of emerald green bleeding in a sapphire blue, accented with sharp, crystalline patterns that danced in the sunlight. Every time I parked in my driveway, I'd catch myself smiling. As a freelance illustrator, I live for bold statements, and this was a piece of art I could drive. But in the polished bubble of Willow Creek Heights, my four-wheeled masterpiece was about to spark a war I never saw coming. Willow Creek was the kind of place where perfection wasn't just encouraged, it was enforced. Tidy craftsman homes lined the streets, their lawns manicured to a uniform half-inch, their mailboxes all painted the same HOA-sanctioned taupe. I'd moved here 2 years ago, lured by the calm and the promise of community. The homeowners association kept the gears turning smoothly, and I'd towed the line, kept my shrubs trimmed, paid my dues early. The HOA handbook was a dense slog, but I'd scoured it before dropping DULA 2000 on the wrap. No explicit ban on car wraps. I thought I was safe. That was my first misstep. The trouble crept in on a chilly Saturday morning in late March. I was nursing a coffee on my porch when I spotted Evelyn Harper across the street, her hawkish gaze fixed on my driveway. Evelyn had blown into Willow Creek a year ago like a storm, front blonde bob, razor sharp, pastel cardigan crisp, clipboard always at the ready. She'd already left her mark. The Peterson's porch swing was gone, deemed a structural anomaly. The limbs got slapped with a fine for a garage door left ajar too long. Mr. Callahan's sunny yellow door was now a muted beige after Evelyn called it VY Sully disruptive. She was a one-woman crusade, and I'd just landed in her crosshairs. That morning, she didn't wave. She just stood there, scribbling furiously, her lips a tight slash. I brushed it off and went inside to tweak a client design. My phone buzzed Mia, my friend from 3 blocks over. "Your car's insane. Cost a fortune." I typed back, "Worth it," when I glanced out the window. Evelyn was circling my Honda, snapping photos with her phone, her expression cold. Our eyes locked for a heartbeat before she spun away, fussing with her mailbox like it needed urgent attention. My gut twisted. This wasn't good. That evening, I found her opening shot under my windshield wiper, a folded sheet of printer paper, no official letterhead, just a clip art HOA logo. Notice of violation. It blared in garish Comic Sans. Your vehicle VY OLATS Willow Creek Heights, HOA Section 9.2. No unconventional alterations permitted to vehicles VY Seibel from street. Rectify within 48 hours or face further action. I snorted Comic Sans for intimidation and chucked it into the recycling. If the HOA meant business, they'd send something real. This was Evelyn's solo act. That night, I dug into the bylaws, a 40-page beast I'd skimmed when I moved in. Section 9.2 was there, vague as fog. Vehicles must maintain a standard appearance consistent with community values. Unconventional alterations are prohibited. No word on wraps, no clarity on unconventional. The Hendersons' cherry red Mustang had racing stripes. Then Gwen's SUV boasted a mural of their kids' grinning faces. My rap was loud, sure, but it wasn't breaking any laws. Why me? The doorbell yanked me from my thoughts at 8 p.m. Evelyn stood there, her smile a brittle mask. "Hi, Lucas," she said, voice syrupy. "I see you got my note." "It's not official, Evelyn," I replied, arms crossed. "If the HOA's got beef, I'll wait for the real deal." Her smile faltered. "As community standards liaison, I report violations. Your cars. Distracting. People have complained." "Ooh," I pressed. "That's confidential," she snapped, posture stiffening. "The rules. Don't ban wraps," I cut in. "The Hendersons' Mustang. Mia's neon rims highs my car the issue?" "Those were before I tightened things up," she said, eyes glinting. "Willow Creek standards are EVOLVYing. Your car looks like a spaceship, not a family vehicle." She pivoted to leave. "This isn't done." Sunday, I watched her from my office window, marching door to door with a stack of flyers. Most neighbors took them with hesitant nods, but Mrs. Ortiz, still sore about her banished wind, chimes slammed her door. By noon, an email from HOA President Tom Bradley hit my inbox. Your vehicle may violate Section 9.2. Attend Tuesday's emergency meeting, 7 p.m., Community Center. My phone rang. Nate Henderson, Mustang guy. You and Evelyn's sites? He asked. Yeah, you. She tried getting me to sign some property values petition. I said your app's dope, and she bolted. She's gunning for you, man. That night, Evelyn was back, snapping pics of my car from the curb. She waved mockingly when she caught me watching. On the Willow Creek Facebook page, she posted, "Concerned about our image? Tuesday's meeting will tackle vehicles that don't fit our upscale VYB." Comments split. Some loved my sick ride. Others grumbled about tacky show-offs. I fought back with prep, photographing every custom car, quirky yard decor, and off-script mailbox in the neighborhood. If they wanted 9.2 enforced, it'd be all or nothing. Monday, things escalated. I pulled in my driveway to find Evelyn with a cop, her arms crossed like she'd won already. My heart thudded as I stepped out. Issue, officer? Officer Daniels, lanky and weary, shrugged. Call about an illegal mod causing a disturbance. It's reflective. Evelyn jumped in. A hazard to drivers. It's VYNYL, not reflective, I said, steady. Legal under city Cadino ban on color-shifting wraps. Daniels eyed the car, scratching his neck. Looks fine to me. This is HOA stuff, not police. He gave me a half nod and left. Evelyn's face flushed. You'll regret this, Lucas, she spat, stalking off. Mrs. Ortiz shuffled over, clutching pruning shears. She's a dictator. My chimes, now your car. You fighting this? Tuesday, I said. You in? Hell yes. She's gone too far. Tuesday's meeting was chaos. The community center overflowed, 40 residents jammed into a space for 20. Tom Bradley, balding and frazzled, banged his gavel. We're here about 112 Birch Lane's vehicle. Evelyn sprang up, while VYing a binder of my car's photos. This rap breaks 9.2 and tanks our property values. Kids stare, drivers slow. It's a safety risk and an eyesore. Tom sighed. Lucas. I stood, handing folders to the board. Here's my defense. Pics of 17 other custom mods in Willow Creek, none cited. 9.2's Vegano rap ban, no impact study required. And a letter from Apex Raps Pro VYing it safe. Enforce this evenly or define it better. Evelyn bristled. Those aren't as outrageous. Then what's outrageous? I shot back. This is personal. Mrs. Ortiz stood. She nixed my chimes for noise. Where's the limit? Nate added. My Mustangs had stripes forever. Why now? Evelyn waved a paper. A realtor says bold mods cut values by a 4-fan tram. The room split. Cheers for me, grumbles for her. Tom rubbed his temples. We'll rule by Thursday. Evelyn leaned in. If the board fails, I'll sue under 11.3 for persistent violations. The threat hung heavy. Wednesday, she upped the ante. A Channel 9 news van rolled in neighborhood spotlight. Evelyn greeted them, gesturing at my house like a tour guide. I texted Mia. She's gone nuclear. Dig with me. We hit the bylaws online and struck gold. 9.2 needed demonstrable harm, VY a formal assessment, something Evelyn hadn't done. Thursday, a certified letter landed. Violation upheld. Remove wrap in 72 hours or pay due lot $75 daily. But a post-it from Tom stuck to it, pushing for re-VYEW. Hold on. I rallied Nate, Mrs. Ortiz, and others Evelyn had targeted. We found her fence jutted 4 feet on a public land of violation she dodged while policing us. Thursday night's meeting was a Zoa standing room only. I laid out my case. The bylaw gap, pics of Evelyn's fence, stories of her bullying Mr. Callahan's door, the Limbs garage, a kid's hoop shut down by her police call. This isn't rules, I said. It's power. Evelyn's husband, Greg, a slick lawyer, stood. Legally, selective enforcement risks liability. Clarify or drop it. Evelyn Gaped flipped her script. The vote was 4-1 to suspend my fine and rewrite 9.2 with input. Evelyn stormed out, Greg behind her. Neighbors lingered, swapping numbers, planning a barbecue. 2 months later, new rules passed clear, fair, community vetted. I dial my rap back to a subtler teal still me, less flash. Evelyn's fence moved, and she joined the garden crew, her zeal now in flower beds. At the barbecue, she approached stiff. Your cars. Okay now. Greg says I overdid it. Truce. I handed her a lemonade. She took it nodding. Truce. Willow Creek wasn't just houses, Anna Maria, it was a community, born from a car rap clash I never meant to ignite. My Honda still gleamed, proof that standing up with facts and friends could turn petty fights into something real. Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this VY Deo with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VY Deo.